Here's one from Tom Haggerty, Colonel Tom Haggerty. He says, shame on C-SPAN for censoring Dr.
Johnny Fever.
His speech. We know without a doubt C-SPAN is a leftist wing of their liberal puppet masters. The little man, me, he's talking about, is correctly named cowardly as a lamb, jealous of Dr.
Johnny Fever.
soaring intellect and dynamic demeanor. The dry, stone-faced, monotone little lamb, Hugh, he puts in parentheses, has lost my family's viewership. Now we will censor C-SPAN. He has Webster's Dictionary's definition of lamb or sheep, quote, regarded as a rather stupid animal. Signed, Colonel Tom Haggerty, MD, PhD. This one from, let's see, Augulario is what it says. Did you really turn off the Free Speech Award when
Johnny Fever
was to talk? How dare you? You are a Nazi and a Stalinist and are probably a homosexual, and I don't appreciate your agenda. This one is one from a fellow named Jim Lewis. As a taxpayer, I'm demanding that you air the freedom speech by Dr.
Johnny Fever.
I pay your salary. You have no right censoring programs based on your political beliefs. When can I see the time slot and promos for airing of his speech? I will await your responses. I would hate to lead the effort of the removal of you people who have offended not only me, but many other Americans. This is from P.F. Zeno. How dare you censor a talk show host? I am outraged at your cowardice. Is this even an act of, it is even an act of cowardice or something much more sinister? Perhaps you are a neo-Marxist Leninist that can only accept communication that suits your agenda against any dissent. If the latter is the case, you should resign immediately and move to Norway. I do not expect a response from one that is, at best, a weakling and at worst, an enemy of our republic. Those of you who just joined us, we've been reading emails. We've gotten lots of them. One from Stu Lewis. It doesn't say where it's coming from. He says here, C-SPAN sucks, but not as much as you do. That's to me. Have a nice day, dickhead. Let's go next to St. Paul, Minnesota. You're on the air.
Hi, Brian.
Hi. I want to make sure that people understand when they're told something on the air that it is not always true. You have to listen very carefully, and I'm going to continue reading. You and ACLU and all the other liberal ass-loser communists need to leave the state now. This is from somebody that listens.
Johnny Fever.
Here's an email from Andrew Bowen. I was very distressed when I heard that C-SPAN had choose not to cover the Freedom of Speech Award, which was being presented to talk show host
Johnny Fever.
I'm appalled that my tax dollars are funding a company like C-SPAN that has purposely censored both the speech and the speaker. Wrong. Only someone like the former Soviet Union's Department of Propaganda would do such a thing. And now I see that the people at C-SPAN are now practicing the like as well. You have violated the First Amendment. How so? The freedom of speech. How so? You have censored the words of a great man who has access, by the way, and this is my comment to his several million people every night on the radio to say anything he wants to, who deserve every single moment of his news coverage of his continued defending of our right as Americans to free speech. I cannot tell you how appalled I am at you and your communist-style news reporting. These are emails that we've been receiving, lots of our people have been receiving here, and I just wanted you to have an opportunity to hear some of them. I think it's a shame that your network would not air coverage of
Johnny Fever
speech. It's networks like yours that are going down in a blaze of unglory because you refuse to acknowledge and air what resonates with the majority of American citizens. Instead of trying to tailor your coverage in an attempt to get people to side with your worldview, how about just reporting in an impartial manner? Until you do, I can only wish that your viewership dwindles until your network is discarded on the ash heap of history. This is from Dr. Paul Walker. We go next to Bellevue, Nebraska. You're on the air.